The Louie Bellina Show, lunchtime, Monday, lunchtime Monday through Friday. It doesn't matter the day of the week, is thanks to Rudy's Barbecue, because lunchtime is noon to 1 on the Louie Bellina Show. Rudy's Barbecue, home of the green chili stew. You know, when it comes to the sides, I'm a green chili stew person. One of the things about the green chili stew, I have had it, and then I'm full, saved half of it, or forgot I had it because I put it to the side, ate it later that day, later that night. It just gets better. It just sits there. It's a stew, and it sits and it flavors. The green chili stew at Rudy's is unreal, insane. But yeah, you're like, Lou, man, what about, moist brisket, thumbs up. Ribs, always. The pork loin, the turkey, a whole hottie, Rudy's Barbecue. Oh, and do not sleep on their breakfast tacos. If you're tired of having the same old every day for breakfast. Have you been to Rudy's? Try the breakfast tacos. They also do their tacos as bowls if you don't want the tortillas. Like, why load up on carbs in the morning? So good. Check it out for yourself, Rudy's Barbecue. Now, Mitch Light of The Athletic was supposed to be joining me on the D4 Land Services hotline, and we were going to do pretty straightforward, College World Series roundup. But our phones are dead. We can't call people. Oh, well, we'll fight through this, yes. Very unfortunate, I guess you'd imagine you're saying. And if all goes well, we will call Mitch Light tomorrow and do our college. And we'll talk about how Texas got eliminated today by Alabama. Oh, heartbreaking, yeah. That game, when's the first? 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock today. Alabama will end the Longhorn run in Omaha. So we are not visiting with Mitch Light today. Matter of fact, we have just been kind of scrambling on the fly. So be it, so it'll be. What we are going to do, the ticket booth is open till 1 o'clock. If you want a pair of tickets to the Astros Tigers tomorrow, that's Hunter Brown's return against Framber Valdez's return. Go Stros. You text, get registered, participation is rewarded. Eligibility, all Zone Brian Broadcasting prize eligibility rules apply. And if you have won Astros tickets, you're not eligible. Anyone in your family has won Astros tickets, you are not eligible. Text 979-693-1150. The ticket booth is open thanks to Dixie Tire Company. I do want to talk about the College World Series briefly because Mitch will be with us. Have you watched? I've caught bits and pieces. There have been so much different sports on. World Cup, College World Series itself, UFC. Okay, we'll talk about UFC 250 briefly. There was a time we used to talk UFC all the time, but then that peak era and people don't talk UFC anymore when people used to talk UFC commonly. I'm not going to say all the time. I don't want to get carried away. UFC 250 had a lot of buzz for political reasons, which I don't care about, but the aesthetics of it all and more. But the College World Series, first team eliminated, Ole Miss, 2 thumbs up. North Carolina, they were the betting favorite. Well, okay, North Carolina was the betting favorite, and then the night before, Georgia slightly took the betting edge going into opening games. Both teams have played like it. North Carolina beat West Virginia to go to 2-0. Great game. West Virginia's been fun. West Virginia and Oklahoma might be the 2 greatest examples of teams playing their best at the right time. Yes, West Virginia caught a break on the road too. That's always a part of it. But West Virginia's has played well. Remember mid-season, West Virginia looked like a regional host, super regional host. And as soon as that was said out loud, they kind of had back-to-back weekends where they struggled, and they ride the ship down the stretch. Everybody has that stretch in season, don't they? Where they struggle just a bit. Georgia, from the opening weekend of SEC play, has looked like an Omaha team, and now they're in Omaha playing like an Omaha team. I know that sounds dumb to say it that way, but Georgia's been a team that there's never been any doubt the entire year. Has there? Maybe I missed one weekend in non-conference. Maybe they lost a midweek to Gumby Tech. But Georgia's been the one team. They've been legit, consistently legit. I don't think they've ever left the door open for any doubt of any kind the entire year has been Georgia. That was UCLA. They didn't even make the regional final. Georgia Tech was the 2 when the tournament started, and they were the one that I thought was weak. And I was right, but that's as far as I get as far as predictions gone right, to be fair. Texas will face Alabama in an elimination game. You know, Ole Miss, by the way, on the half of the bracket they were on, they were the only SEC team. So it will not be an all-SEC final, despite 5 SEC teams out of the 8 in Omaha. We're guaranteed to have 1 team in. So Georgia, North Carolina. Nah, that'd be too obvious and easy, wouldn't it? Oklahoma, right time, peaking, peak performance. Final month, heck, just postseason. And why does Aggie baseball, generally speaking, never peak in postseason? I've seen them scrap. I've seen them rally. But Aggie baseball seems to go into the postseason and has 2 of their top 4 hitters are playing on one knee, one arm, and swinging with one hand. And they're missing one of their cogs in the bullpen and 2 starters. Seems to be so normal. It's never, this is the best we've been all year. You can see all the players are peaking and we're the healthiest. That's never been the Aggie baseball story. Aggie baseball season ends and you find out, for the last month, he's been playing with one eye. Wait, what happened to the other eye? He poked it out with a knife. Wait, what happened? Aggie baseball always has this. And as a fan, I hate sitting there having to speculate or sitting there going, we know that's not him. Circle the body part that's injured. Shoulder, hip, knee. Because it's obvious something's not right. Yet a player's batting in the 3-hole because his season performance is he's the 3-hole hitter. But it's obvious this guy is sitting there running on a thread and he's not who he is, but yet he's still being expected to and he can't. What's up, Bill?
Wrong room.
This is hilarious. So today so far in the Charles Schwab studio, I've got producer Caleb. Producer Caleb is holding up trading cards to the window of the Charles Schwab studio. And now our news director, Bill Oliver, just kind of, hi, Bill, just walked in.
Hey, Louie. Yeah, I just walked in as if this was the room I was supposed to walk into, and it's not.
Is this the most Monday ever?
Could
in
it be?
The flooding. But
the city of College Station has yet to start promoting the new swimming lanes in the construction zone, of which is the Big Six.
What is a swimming lane? I don't even know what that means.
Well, on the other side, look at the other side of the barrier the next time that you're going through the construction zone.
No, I got to keep my eye on the road. I don't have time to look at swimming barriers.
And you'll see these 1 and 2 lane, put a divider between them, and you've got yourself an Olympic length swimming pool.
Oh, is that what it is?
That's what it is.
Thank you.
Hey, and there's actually construction people doing something out there in all this muck.
Hey, Bill, do you have a minute?
Go.
So, have you made any announcements about your future? No?
No.
Okay, good enough.
Hasn't
Man, what
happened.
is going on with you then? Golly, you're
When
killing me.
we're off the air, we'll visit.
Okay, man, you're killing me right now, Smalls. All right, fair enough. Then go. You just walk in. Now
Let me go find the proper room.
Yeah, good luck on that. Your radar. This is the most Monday ever. That's all I'm going to say. Without a doubt, it's the most Monday ever. College World Series, Omaha. So go Alabama. Who do we want to win between OU and Georgia? I got no problem rooting for Georgia because, we started our show today, in case you weren't with us. Which SEC teams lose, and do you feel warmer or do you feel fuzzier about? If you don't mind me asking, do you feel warmer or do you feel fuzzier about? Because I told you, mine's like kind of Ole Miss and LSU, and Texas doesn't count. Obviously, if you're living in the maroon and white world, you don't just feel warmer and fuzzier. You want to run through a paper mache wall and punch a puppy when Texas loses. That's maximum happiness and joy. Are you in the right studio this time?
Yes, because it just dawned on me. Have you started using as a bumper theme the Mamas and Papas Monday?
I should. Look, I don't know what to use at this point. I feel like everybody is so Monday, it's killing me right now.
Yes.
I'm the only person that's not Monday, and I feel like I'm living in strange times. I feel like I'm moving at 100 speed, and everyone else is moving at 5 speed.
Was it John Lennon? Strange days indeed.
The Doors, people are strange.
That too.
That's kind of what I'm feeling like right now. I'm almost scared the next time the Charles Schwab studio door opens. Because again, Caleb was putting trading cards on the window. Never mind if you wander into the studio. You always have news, and because you're the news director. So that's always good.
Yes.
But it's been a weird day, brother.
Yeah, the only news of note would be, as usual, less rain at Eastwood Airport than the rest of the Brazos Valley, and then unfortunately, looks like it was a lightning strike that hit a house in West Bryan about 5 o'clock this morning. Fortunately, it was unoccupied.
So I woke up this morning, and I had a text message from have you ever met Ryan Starr?
I know the name, but have not met.
Fridays, he hosts Chip Powered Sports Talk.
Yes.
And it was a video from a guy named Ted.
Our Ted,
okay. Which he's the morning on Candy 95.
Yes.
And it was our back of the Bryan Broadcasting building flooded underwater. So I wake up to a video explaining how are you going to get to work today. And I'm like, go through the front. What a revelation. Don't use the back. I mean, so it's Monday. So thank you, Bill.
Yes, sir.
It's good to see you again. See, that's twice in like 10 minutes. I normally go a week and don't get to see Bill. So 979-693-1150. 979-693-1150. You can light up the Texas Mobile and Lube Express inbox. Again, do we want OU or Georgia to lose? Because between the two, I'm not a fan of OU, but I don't hate OU. And since we've never seen Georgia play at Kyle Field, what was the joke? We've seen Messi now at Georgia Field. Seriously. We've seen Messi at Georgia Field. We've seen Messi at Kyle Field before Georgia. In the SEC, it just means more. We've seen Messi at Kyle Field, and we've seen George Strait at Kyle Field before we saw Georgia football. We've seen the Savannah Bananas at Kyle Field before we've seen Georgia football. And how long has A&M been in the SEC now? It's been over a decade. So something about this doesn't make sense. We've seen Missouri at Kyle Field 10 times now. And the Savannah Bananas. And George Strait. And Messi before Georgia football. Oh yeah, College World Series. Sorry, I digress. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that I have no beef with Georgia knocking out OU, and definitely go Bama over Texas. I just find it hard to root for Alabama because, when they get the Saban era and the Bear Bryant era and all those errors, they don't need any more success. But hey, I've never been one to hate greatness just because it's great. I'm not that guy. Before we move out of the baseball college universe, something weird to me, if I saw this correctly, and I really do. Usually I'm just an idiot stumbling around, but still, Game 2 of the College World Series Finals is going to be on ABC. And I got this press release from ESPN PR, and it was being celebrated. Man, ABC, the College World Series is going to be on a network. And for the third year, it's 3 years now. My reaction is not quite the celebration enthusiasm. Wait a minute. I thought all the games would be on the network. I believe college baseball is glorious. I believe college baseball is one of the great sports. It's underutilized, underused. They treat it as content filler versus valuable content. We get to the super regionals. We get to Omaha and they put their MLB teams on the games. The guys that haven't called a college baseball game all year are now calling games in Omaha. Make it make sense. Why would the College World Series Finals not be on network television? And they're celebrating that one random game is. ESPN has no self-awareness sometimes. This email doesn't. They're celebrating that one game's on ABC, and wow, they've done it for 3 years now. I see it as an insult to the college baseball game. maybe I've got it wrong. Yeah, I know it's got to be me. I take it all back. I'm the one that's the a-hole in this story. I don't like ESPN controlling college baseball. I understand they have the rights to everything ever made, but why is every game not on ABC in the College World Series finals? And why are we not having the college baseball crews that spend months living and they know these teams and it's their passion calling the games? That's it. I move on. But yeah, hey, game 2, it'll be on ABC. And it's for 3 whole years. Thank you so much. Thank you. Going back to the super regionals for a second. Big year. I shared the softball data that came in. And it was the most watched College World Series game 1 ever, 3rd most. So Diamond Sports this year, people can't get enough. And the super regional set records. Most watched NCAA baseball super regional round since 2009. Most watched NCAA baseball super regional round since 2009. The USC North Carolina most watched super regional game on record was USC North Carolina. 1.3 million viewers. The Georgia Mississippi State, they put them into the mutt slot. They put them, because they had the 11 a.m. game 1, right? 1.2 million viewers. Second most watched super regional game on record. 1.2. So we got the most watched super regional game on record, USC North Carolina. Second most watched was Mississippi State, Georgia. And the Oregon, Texas with 1.1. Sixth most watched super regional game on record. And overall, the whole round, most watched since 2009. Let me grab a timeout. I'll be right back. It's the Louie Bellina Show, presented by CC Electric. It's the Louie Bellina Show, Monday on The Zone.
Music, history, and some occasional sports. Chip Howard. Weekdays 4 to 6 on The Zone 1150 AM. Number 1 and 93.7 FM.
It is the Louie Bellina Show, presented by CC Electric. They do free estimates. They have military and veteran discounts. They are CC Electric. Still to come here on the Louie Bellina Show. Got to talk Astros, got to talk Rangers, got to talk the rest of the world of sports. The ticket booth is still open, 38 minutes. You text 979-693-1150. Look, you could text just because you got something to say. I'm all in. It's just part of what we do. It's summertime. Look, we're going to have fun all summer long. We're going to hang out, talk about the rest of the world of sports, get you ready for Aggie Football 2026. It's just kind of what the point of the summer really is. We have had behind the scenes a lot of weird things going on. Our phones are dead, so I can't use the D4 Land Services hotline, so Mitch couldn't join us and a couple other things. We'll all be fine. We'll make it through the disaster together. If you ever need a custom metal building, and I mean from the ground up, you're just one of many epic things they do at D4 Land Services. And if you want to find out everything they do, and they do great, go to d4landservices.com. d4landservices.com. A couple of text messages. Again, I'm looking at the Texas Mobile and Lube Express inbox. Hey, Lou, my phone and all other cell phones in my house went off with flood warning alarms at 4:30 this morning. Despite having all been silenced before we went to bed, I'm pretty tired. It's Monday. Yeah, I've been talking to people throughout the day, and this has been the most Monday in a long time of Mondays for many reasons. I guess each having our own individuals. Fonzo once said, Lou, Waco, Texas is flooded. I can sense you having a huge smirk on your face. No, I'm going to be clear. I hate Waco with an undying passion. But in my world, it's all the healthy hate. I don't want physical harm. I don't want blood. I want blood in a sports context. I want them to go 0-500. I want their athletic department to be disbanded. I don't want them to even compete in the no scholarship range. I want their fans to never see a sporting event take place in their lifetime ever again. I want them to lose at Little League Baseball. I want them to lose at Pee Wee League. That's what I have. But A flood, I hope everyone's okay. That's horrible to hear. I hope everything's under control. I don't have a smirk when Waco, Texas is flooded. I don't want it to burn to the ground. The only way I would want Waco, Texas to burn to the ground is if every human, animal is evacuated and everybody has insurance money so they can recover later. Then you can burn Waco to the ground. So, I'm not evil in my health. I believe in healthy sports hate, not the destructive hatred level. I mean, I do hate Waco. I hate Baylor. Oh, man. Why you get me going? But I don't want people hurt and stuff like that. I'm not that guy. 979-693-1150. This might be the text message of the day. Not an award for it, but Louie, take a breath. I know for a fact you're not an a-hole. The Baylor AD is that guy. See, I didn't even, that's not even me. That's not even me. But there's people that would dispute you on that. That's entertainment, folks. 979-693-1150. Rolling along, Maroon and White. I saw this, and I don't know why it came out now, but it's Aggie volleyball statisticals, but it's not the kind you think. It's not kills per match or kill expectancy rate per possession. Total attendance for Aggie volleyball this past year, 54,347, a program record. Average attendance for Aggie volleyball was 4,529, which was number one in the SEC and a program record for Aggie volleyball. And A&M set a single game attendance program record when they had 9,801. Like I said, I have no idea why this graphic came out. I don't know if it was Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Thursday, but I caught it over the weekend. Don't care. How awesome is that? I don't know where this ranks with a Nebraska. It can't rank. Nebraska, they do like basketball level numbers with their volleyball program, and I don't care. See, I see all of this. A&M total attendance record, A&M single game attendance record, A&M number one in the SEC in average attendance, and A&M set a program record. Seeing that the Aggie fans responded to a national championship run and a team that was national championship level and did win the national championship, that's all I need to see. It's all relative. Got to quit looking to others for validation, and you don't. That's awesome. And then, where will it start this year as the defending national champs? That, as I've seen so far, there's been nothing but incredible buzz this offseason on what Aggie volleyball's done, and I'd like to give credit. I don't know who runs like the Aggie volleyball socials, but I think they've done a great job of keeping the hype and excitement from a national championship run alive. They've done a lot of great Aggie volleyball socials to keep them in front of the eyeballs. I think so anyway. I have had no problem finding little nuggets and just the momentum and the info that if you're a new fan, if you're a newfound convert, I think it's been very easy to get info and to stay excited and to have memories of this. Phenomenal job. But attendance records, total attendance, most ever Aggie volleyball, average attendance, program record, number one in the SEC. And you have a couple of committed volleyball programs in the league. So just because A&M volleyball had a great season doesn't mean that they should be number one, but they did. And then the single game attendance record was set this year. Question: who's a new Aggie volleyball fan? And I mean committed. Who's going to go to matches this year? It was exciting. It was so exciting. And I didn't know how many Aggie volleyball fans we had at the radio station. And I don't mean, once the run started. They have season tickets. And I'm sitting there going like, how come none of you people had mentioned this before? Were people almost scared before? Or just one of those things where they had their own crowd, so they they hid it amongst each other. You might think I'm kidding when I say that. The number of people that came out and, wait, you're traveling where? And they're like, well, yeah, I've had season tickets for 6 years, 6, 8, 10 years. It was really cool. The one thing I've always believed in as a sports fan universe, right, is you're allowed to love any sport you want, enjoy all the sports you want, give me the same rights. Please don't tell me what sports I'm supposed to love and what sport. I'll let you do any sport you want to do. Give me the same rights and we'll get along just fine. If NASCAR is the greatest sport in the history of mankind to you, I'm not the guy that's going to tell you you're wrong. I'm not the guy that's going to somehow convince you. I might tell you that I don't get it. That's okay. I don't have to, do I? So anyway, I thought it was really cool when the run started. Here at Ryan Broadcasting, we had at least 3 that I know of. I've had season tickets. When they said, I'm like, what? And they started traveling in the post. I'm like, what? Yeah, 10 years, 9 years, 8 years. I'm like, good for you, man. This is your moment. Me being an Aggie volleyball fan, me being an Aggie softball, and being so involved as I was, I still watch, but man, I called games, PA'd, I lived it for 28, 29 years. When they made their run, I remember what it was like when your team does it. It's an undescribable, unbelievable feeling. Before we take a quick time out, I do have a William and Caldwell texted. William and Caldwell. I agree completely with the Aggie volleyball social media presence. Whoever is running that is top notch. I noticed that mid-season and then compared it to the other Aggie sports, and really there's no comparison. See, William and Caldwell, I think you went one step too far because I praised Aggie volleyball social. And like I said, I think they've done an incredible job in the off season. But when you say you compared it to other Aggie sports and really there's no comparison, I think you went a little too far. Aggie athletic social can vary from sport to sport. True. To say you compare it to others, there's no comparison, that's a bit much. A&M actually exists in the social universe. You don't have to go that far back where I think Aggie athletics couldn't spell social, because the Aggie athletic motto credo basically was, well, they didn't do it 20 years ago. It's not a tradition. Why would we do it now? And A&M was so far ancient in a lot of these areas, and it took a second for them to catch up. There's many other Aggie sports that are really, really great at social too. To say there's no comparison, I think, is shrinking and not giving credit to others that are there that are doing a great job too. There's some that are not as strong, but to say, no, I don't agree with the last part there. That's my view of things. But compared to what it was, A&M's come so far, so far. But yeah, Aggie Volleyball Social's been crushing it. There's no doubt. A timeout and a return. It is the Louie Bellina Show inside the Charles Schwab studio. I sit, it's comfortable. Actually, it's kind of cool in here, which I probably jinxed it, and the AC is about to blow up, and we're all going to die from heat stroke, but I'll keep you updated on that. In uncertain times, Charles Schwab remains invested in their clients by offering personalized guidance and clarity. You can contact Mark Sim. He's right here in College Station. You can get answers to your questions and learn more. Wait, who's Mark Sim? That's why it's personalized and clear, personalized guidance and clarity. Mark Sims right here in College Station. Learn more at schwab.com/College Station.
ESPN Radio has the score. The score. Check in weeknights and weekends here on The Zone.
The Louie Bellina Show, presented by CC Electric. The Louie Bellina Show, Monday, halftime. We're hanging out till 2 o'clock, and still to come, the rest of the world of sports. Oh. Raise your hand if you like pizza. Holy cow, Caleb doesn't like pizza. This is so Monday. I said raise your hand if you like pizza. Caleb, you didn't. No, you can't raise your hand after the fact. It doesn't work that way. So a little known fact, Caleb doesn't like pizza. Everybody remember that, please, and take a note. But When we entered the lifestyles portion of the Louie Bellina Show, the annual pizza survey 2026 came out. And I probably wasted way too much time this morning studying at it, staring at it, kind of pondering if this is real or not. I'm not kidding when I say that. So yeah, we're gonna talk pizza. I know, hard hitting. That's what the Louie Bellina Show. That's my legend and reputation was built on. But we're gonna talk and look at pizza. That'll be in our final hour together. Any day with pizza is a good day. So over the weekend, Astros Rangers. Astros, good weekend. You took 2 of 3 from Kansas City, but the Astros are having this annoying habit. Espada, Sunday's been a rest day. That's not really a revelation, but Espada's throwing out these AAA lineups every Sunday, and the Astros lost yesterday 4-0, couldn't finish a sweep. But on Sundays, he's like, AAA lineup, AAA lineup, AAA lineup. And they've lost like 5 of their last 6, or is it 4 of their last 5 Sundays? And they're getting humiliated. They're getting destroyed on Sundays because Espada's, I have trouble with the way Espada's using Abreu. I decided to deep dive. And so analytics show that Abreu is trending because over the last month, 4 weeks, he's had only 2 1/2 poor starts. He's gotten 2 saves, and Josh Hader cannot throw back-to-back yet. That's not been an official statement from the Astros. You just look at the trend in usage. Happened this weekend where they had to use him Friday in that crazy Friday. All right, Lou, walk in a straight line. Friday's 10-8. Astros hold on. And I do mean hold on. Yordan Alvarez had one of the single greatest innings of any player ever. He homered twice in the first inning alone. Yes, I said that correctly. And rarely do I say anything correctly. But Yordan Alvarez homered twice in the first inning, including a grand slam. Astros are up 9-0. Jaime starts. Did he get injured? He got yanked. He gives up 5 runs. It's 9-5, end of 1. So after scoring 9 in the first, the Astros only score 1 more run the rest of the game. Astros, after Jaime locking it down. Tragically, one of the best pitchers so far was Enyos de los Santos. Rough game. 3rd of an inning, 3 runs allowed on 3 hits. That's more than he'd probably given up. Yeah. He hadn't given up 3 total runs yet. All in one game. So all of a sudden, you look up, it's 9-8. And this is after you up 9-0 mid-1. Astros get a solo shot in the 9th. Bryce Matthews, pinch hit, matter of fact. 10-8, Astros win. Yordan Alvarez is the first player in MLB history to have multiple homers, a grand slam, 6 RBIs, all in the first inning of a game. Use that for trivia. Use that at lunch with your friends today. If you already missed lunch today, lunch tomorrow. Impress your friends with your Yordan Alvarez knowledge. Yordan Alvarez is the first player in MLB history, not Astros history, not American League history. No! First player in MLB history to have multiple homers, grand salami, 6 or more RBIs, all in the first inning of a game. Yordan Alvarez is the American League MVP favorite at this time. He leads the American League in hitting, home runs, and RBIs. Yordan freaking Alvarez. I love him. Saturday, Astros get the dub. That game, Astros trail. They go rain delay. Comeback rain delay. Altuve hits a 2-run shot. They tie it. Top of the 9th, Astros with a run, 8-7. Astros rally after the rain delay, drive home safely. Little home run derby. Altuve with the 2-run shot. I didn't mention Christian Walker homered Friday. Christian Walker homered Saturday. He's got 18 total. Bryce Matthews had the pinch hit homer on Friday. He had a homer on Saturday. Astros are getting it done. Feels good. Enyos de los Santos Gave up 5 runs in between his appearances, 3 on Friday, 2 on Saturday. And, is he overworked? Do they have tape and film on him? But those 5 runs, again, 2 appearances, that's more than everything he had given up combined to date. Abreu got the save because Hader got the save Friday, and Hader has not thrown back-to-back. I hope he never throws back-to-back again. Remember how they'd been using him, and Louie complained for 2 years when they were using him for 2 innings. They were in back-to-back 3 straight nights. And I'm like, and Hader said, now that I have my contract, I'm not worried. And you can do whatever you want. I'm like, even though you can do whatever you want, why should you do whatever you want when you have someone like him? Sure enough, he broke down twice. I'm brilliant. I have Norman Einstein levels of baseball brilliant sometimes. Sunday, the AAA lineup got sent out there. Spencer Arrighetti was the pitcher of the month in May. Since May has ended, he's given up 3 or more in 3 starts, and he's just looked mortal. Don't get carried away. Don't get it twisted. He hasn't been getting shelled. 6-4, and he still struck out, and that's the thing for me, 7 in the 6. But he's been very mortal. I think he might need to be a little more micromanaged as he's pitching through it or regains his velo. Something of that nature. But they scored no runs. They only had 5 hits. Delgado made his MLB debut and he got a hit. It's so touching. But you look at top 3 in the order, Pena, Alvarez, Walker. Check. The next 6 are auto outs. If you've got Joey Luperfido batting cleanup, you're not going to beat many teams. And he was batting cleanup. Kim Smith is your 5-hole hitter. Batting 6 is Jake Myers. 4 runs allowed. Great bullpen work. But I stutter because, and it's every Sunday. And they ask where's Paredes? And, it just goes, and he's like, these guys need to rest. But because of your start, you don't have these luxuries. So Astros take 2 out of 3, and you should feel good. But these Sundays have turned. It's 4 of their last 5 or 5 of their last 6. And that's twice to sweep. And then losing series. And I've said last week, I am ready to move on from Espada. I was neutral. I was like, with the injuries, how do we know if he's good or bad? The way he handled Abreu, this Sunday AAA lineup, I don't know what he does that's positive, but I now just see things I don't want to deal with anymore. Like any other manager can't be any plus or minus worse, so why not try? What's next for the Astros? Back home, Daikin Park all week long. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Tigers. Thursday off, the Guardians, the Indians, Cleveland. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you'll hear the Astros every game all week long right here on The Zone. And that's thanks to Kelly Burt Dozer. The Rangers. They got some injuries. Offense hasn't come together. Pitching's really good, but not good enough, truthfully. They avoided a sweep yesterday. They beat the Rangers. Sunday Night Baseball, 6-4. And it all started, Wyatt Langford leadoff homer, 3 in the second. They put up a 4 spot, hold on, 6-4. Nathan Eovaldi, 7-3, OG old school start. Latz got his 11th save of the year. Langford solo shot his 3rd. And they avoided the sweep. And Astros, Rangers, I just keep saying, long summer of MLB in Texas. So the Rangers stay home, Globe Life, Monday, Tuesday. Can you confirm something for me, Caleb? Is the Twins series really Monday, Tuesday, Thursday? Because every time I print a copy of their schedule, it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday off, and then Minnesota Thursday. I've never seen anything like that. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday off, Thursday, and then San Diego. So both the Rangers and the Astros are home all week, but I keep getting this odd, I don't even know how to explain it, schedule. They keep saying that they're playing the Twins Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday with Wednesday off. I'll let Caleb confirm. So, as we start. Okay, so this is just a bad schedule that keeps printing. Okay, Twins are Monday, Tuesday, day baseball Wednesday, Rangers off Thursday. It had to be. Thank you. We checked it. So as we start the third week in June, Seattle first place in the West with a 1-game lead over both the A's and the Rangers. Astros are 4 back. Seattle's even lost 2 straight, 4-6 in their last 10. If any of these teams, and we've got 3.5 months left. 3.5 months. There's so much baseball left. It's insane. Over half the season, but there's zero consistency in any of the teams. 1 month. What does that mean? 20-10? 666? That's what it means. 1 month. And you'll win by 10 games, the division. Burrows needs to be out of the rotation. Espada did not sign a single starter that actually should be in the starting rotation. That is amazing to be that hardcore offer, is it not? Yes, Lou, that is amazing. Thank you. Finally, CBS Sports Power Rankings as we start the week. Rangers 15, Astros 24. America's team, beloved Cubs 17. Top 5 teams, Rays 5, Yankees 4. Brewers 3, Braves 2, Dodgers 1. Not much has moved in the top 5 for a month and change. Here's your bottom 3. The Angels, who the Astros lost the series to start last week, 28. The Astros have lost so many series early already to so many bad teams. Giants 29 and the worst team in baseball. Don't tell Matt Simon this, please. The Rock Pile, Colorado at 30. When we come back, I got to wrap up our lunch hour together, and lunchtime on the Louie Bellina Show is thanks to Rudy's Barbecue.
Listen to the Houston Astros on the Zone, thanks to Kelly Berdozer.
Okay. That was fun. Wrapping up our lunch hour, lunchtime thanks to Rudy's Barbecue. Try the breakfast tacos. Thank me later. People get into a breakfast rut, same thing, all the time to the point where they love it. They just don't want to eat it anymore. Try the Rudy breakfast tacos, which they can make any breakfast taco as a breakfast bowl. Check it out for yourself. I do want to wrap up inside the lifestyles portion. No. It's not the pizza. I think we'll just end our day together. Like 1:35, we'll wrap up in the lifestyles with the annual pizza survey. I love pizza. Back in the day on June 15th. If we go back to 12/15, oh, what a good year. 811 years ago, in June 15th of 1215, King John put a seal to the Magna Carta. And what's the significance of that, Lou? It's how we ended up with laws, future laws, and pretty important event, the Magna Carta. 274 years ago, in 1752, June 15th, Ben Franklin, I know that dude, flew a kite during a thunderstorm. Why? He wanted to prove that lightning and electricity are the same thing. If we go back to June 15th in 1775, which was 251 years ago, George Washington, I know him too, was unanimously chosen by Congress to be the first commander-in-chief of the new U.S. Army. If we go back to 1836, June 15th, 190 years ago, Arkansas became the 25th state. Well, mistakes were made. If you go back to June 15th in the year 1844, 182 years ago, Charles Goodyear received a patent for a process to vulcanize rubber. I thought that was a Star Trek thing. If you go back to 1969, June 15th, 57 years ago, Hee Haw premiered on CBS. Oh, my dad watched probably, if he watched 3 hours of TV a week, that's probably me over remembering. I don't know if he watched it, but Hee Haw was one of those hours. Loved it. The first guests on, anybody know? You want to talk about trivia? Who were the first guests on that premiere episode of Hee Haw? Loretta Lynn and Charlie Pride. 47 years ago in 1979, Rocky II was released. Here's the last one. On this day, June 15th, 1976. So 50 years ago, June 15th, the first and only rained out game in the history of the Houston Astrodome. Heavy rains flooded the streets, made it too hard for the players and umpires to even get to the game. The field was bone dry, but umpires and players could not even get to the game. So in 1976, 50 years ago, June 15th, the Houston Astrodome had their first and only rained out game. This day in history, June 15th. I'll be back. It's the Louie Molina Show, presented by CC Electric, Monday on The Zone.